Hey neighbors of Historic Kenwood, my name is Alexis Baum. I am videoing in from Parry Sound, Ontario, Canada, in this beautiful setting with Historic Kenwood in my heart, and wanted to share a video to explain why I am running for your 2026 treasurer. It'll be my third year if voted as treasurer. And if you want to know more about my past in Historic Kenwood and my bio, you can always watch last year's video. But what I wanted to share with you is that I'm eating my favorite sourdough bread in the world right now in Canada, but thinking of Historic Kenwood while I do that. And it's reminding me of a few reasons why I love this community and why I love to be of service to it. Firstly, I couldn't help thinking about the fact that this sourdough is artistic, just like our community, and it's creative and it's entrepreneurial. And when you make sourdough, you're like making an expression of art. Oh God, this art is so delicious. And I feel like the people in our community do that every day. We're so creative, entrepreneurial, industrious. It's what makes Kenwood special. The other thing that I think about with this is that it's just totally living. Sourdough is so living. Our community is living and changing and evolving and changing in flavor every day. And I've been here for 5 years and gotten to see some of those flavors change and come along for the ride that's evolving. And it nourishes me all the time to be part of this community. I have to say, like, each year I could have given you a whole few minutes as to why that year served me and why it was a joy to serve it, because of how different each year is and how different the board is each year and how different, therefore, our experiences are. Another thing that's living about the sourdough is it just lives inside me. And I know that even when I'm in Ontario, Canada, or anywhere in the world, I brag about Kenwood. And I'm always thinking of Kenwood as my home, and not just because I have a house there, but because I have so many memorable experiences just in 5 years already, and I'm so excited to keep making more. And those experiences stay as stories that I share on radio, as many of you know, and also just in stories to friends and family around the world. The other thing, I guess, about sourdough that I wanted to share is that it's greater than the sum of its parts, right? It starts with just like flour, water, some basic ingredients. Our community starts with just people of all sorts, different ingredients. But when we come together, like, we make something that can't be reversed. And I think in the 5 years we've been here, I've been so proud of some of the things that we've all created that can't be undone, you know? And so I love that it's a synthetic kind of activity to bake something, and that when we all come together, we bake something that surprises and delights all of us that we couldn't have done individually. But also, this is like a bonus luxury and a gift. We could just have regular bread and it would be fine. But the fact that I'm eating this delicious sourdough that a person made with their hands, that is an indulgence in a way, is kind of how I feel about serving Kenwood. We can just get along as a basic neighborhood. We don't need a neighborhood association. We're not an HOA. We can also just like go about things and do them the same every time, and just have a few traditions that we can keep up, or just have a membership that people pay and just sort of keep the administrative thing going. And as treasurer, let me tell you, I do a lot of administrative things, from not just QuickBooks to our Square payments to our memberships to all kinds of administrative stuff that we need to do to keep a 501c3 alive. But I see it more as a creative art form, and I've tried and will continue to try to make it serve us. And so I think I take on the treasurer role as a kind of luxury role, as a way that I can connect and support so many people trying to do just creative things that don't have to be done, that like don't have to exist, but that we do because it's a joy. I love that it's all discretionary and it's all volunteer. I love that. We've talked about having like administrators or paying people to do stuff, and I love that we don't, because it's not a job, it's a joy. And I think everybody that thanks me for what I do and people that I get to thank for what they do, we just go in that joy together, and we do all this for the love of Kenwood, not just the love of sourdough. And so I love indulging in that. And that's why when people ask me, why would you do this again for a 6th year? I say, it really for all its moments of sourness, and there are some, there's challenges when you bring a diversity of people together to try to do hard things and creative things that care so much about what we do. There are moments of sour, but they're well overshadowed by the moments of joy for doing this just out of the love that's in our hearts and just to make our home a better place and our community something that we can make memories with. So thank you for even considering me to do a 6th year in service of this community. It is my joy to be in the sour and the sweetness and the Asiago cheesiness that sometimes comes out in Historic Kenwood's quirky but wonderful community.